Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with our dear guest, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Well, Ambassador Bayoumi, what is the importance of the meeting of the Palestinian factions on the Egyptian lands?
From all our hearts, we hope it will succeed because we have a problem on our side as Arabs and Palestinians when we present our cause to any international or regional groups. The Palestinian difference between those who are living in Gaza, and I am afraid to say that the cause of Palestine is not their first interest, and those who are in Ramallah and the president, the chairman of the Palestinian Authority. We have this problem, and as long as they are indifferent, nobody can negotiate a serious solution for the Palestinian question. And by the way, this is the same problem on the Israeli side. Israel, since its establishment, it has never gave full authority or full vote to one party. No party in Israel since its establishment won 50% of the parliament. And it is a problem because all the time there are those who are not agree with what you are proposing, and we are going in circles all the time. I hope that Egypt has very close, direct, strong relations with all the parties can affect. I hope the weather in Al Alamein would affect them, that this is a very stable country, and it's high time for the Palestinians to live in a stable system and stable country. So let us hope all the best for them, but I am afraid to tell you that although I am always optimistic, but this time I am reserved to be optimistic.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Bayoumi, President Mahmoud Abbas and the Palestinian factions who were meeting today in New Alamein city have weighed and thanked very much in their speech President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi for the great efforts he's exerting for the unity of the Palestinian people and in assisting them in their struggle for independence. What's your comment on this?
This is right. This is right, because if I am in the same footing of President Sisi, I would be reluctant to intervene or to host such a meeting, because it needs a courageous leadership. It needs a very active diplomacy in order to bring them closer. So I agree that the Palestinians and all the Arabs, I am an Egyptian and Arab, should thank our president and our diplomacy that it is doing all its best for the Palestinian question and the Palestinian people. They are not far from us. I know that the people, the layman in Gaza, he talks Egyptian, he talks the Egyptian slang language, and they live like us. Unfortunately, we have an authority on top of those people, which is interested in establishing an Islamic small country of 2 million, not to restore the Palestinian country for their people. So
yes.
I hope that this will end and that all the efforts will
yes.
bring us real peace among Palestinians, then among the Palestinian and the Israelis.
Yes. Your Excellency, Ambassador Bayoumi, let's remember on the ground some examples of Egypt's and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's support to the Palestinian people, as 2 years ago when Gaza came under fire and were shot by the Palestinian, by the Israeli occupation army. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said that Egypt is going to afford rebuilding of Gaza again, and in order to help the Palestinian and build their houses again and have built for them an infrastructure once again. Also, we always see long rows of cars filled with all the supplies needed for the Palestinians crossing the borders to the Palestinian side. Give us an idea about this example and this picture. How do you see it?
Absolutely, this is the case where we have tens of thousands of victims. I have two cousins who lost their lives for the Palestinian cause. No family in Egypt did not participate in giving the Palestinian all their, even their soul, their money, their fight for them, and we shall never hesitate to give it whatever it takes to help the Palestinian people and the Palestinian state. And this is not now during President al-Sisi. It was the same thing during Nasser. It was the same thing during Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi, during the Crusaders. It was since Ahmos, 2,000 years before Christ, when he went to liberalize this area of our Arab countries from the invasion of the Hyksos.
Yes.
So it is in the deep of our policy. It's our direct interest. It's not that we are doing favor to the Palestinians. No, it is our national security which is on top of our priority, of course.
Yes, also Ambassador Bayoumi, always Egypt, when there is, some problems between the Israeli occupation army and some shooting on the Palestinian people side, always Egypt interferes to make a truce. It happened several times, and it's already happening concerning truce and making in order that the Palestinian families be able to live, and for the ambulances to come inside the villages and take the injured people. So give us an idea about this also, the truce.
This is because Egypt simply has very direct and good relation with all parties, even yes. Hamas, which we are not in favor of their policies. They know that we are defending them, and it took our president a couple of telephone calls during that problem to stop the fighting and to have a real truce between the Palestinians and the occupying authority. This is amazing, really, because this is the only example in the whole world now of occupied lands and sort of forcing people to accept what they cannot, they do not agree at all of the Israeli governing the country. And our efforts in the international level as the United Nations succeeded to present the case with our friends in the European Union. In Africa, I am so happy that Africa considered Palestine and the Palestinian Authority as member of the African Union, although Palestine is in Asia, not in Africa. So we have a sort of automatic support to the Palestinian question, thanks to the Egyptian and the Arab policies.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Bayoumi, concerning supporting the Egyptians supporting Palestinians on the people's level, I mean the civilians in Egypt are also always supporting the Palestinians. We always hear or attend already some seminars for assisting the Palestinians, and whether through fundraising or blood donations, Egyptians are supporting the Palestinians by all means. So the idea of the people of Egypt themselves supporting the Palestinians, if you can comment on this.
Of course, this is quite obvious, and nobody can deny this. I will surprise you by telling you that the European Union, which is not Arab, is one of the largest supporters of the Palestinian Authority by finance and by giving them technical support, by educating their people, by giving them grants of education or grants of money. So the Palestinian case, thank God, is quite a very fair case. Nobody can deny it at all. And thanks to the Egyptian and the Arab diplomacy, which is always put the Palestinian question on top of our priorities wherever we go.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Bayoumi, concerning the history of the Egyptian-Palestinian relations, could you shed light on this, please, and the history of Egypt supporting the Palestinian cause?
Palestine was always a good part of Egypt in the old days, since Muhammad Ali Pasha. I remember that my grandfather, and I am old but not that old, he has 4 ships going to Jaffa, brings oranges, Yafawi oranges, to sell it in Damietta. That was part of us, and part of our activities, even commercial activities. Now we are hosting tens of thousands of Palestinians living among us without feeling that they are strangers at all. So this is the real feeling for the Egyptian layman towards any Arab, especially the Palestinian, because this is our immediate border, and they are our immediate brothers.
Yes. I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break, and I'm going to be back with you.